Wow, amazing. Wow, nice job. Wow. As this is the first day of the chicks that we are using charcoal, they are very happy. Wow, so amazing. The voice of the farmer.
Hi viewers, welcome to my channel. My name is Anthony Charago. As I promised you, I'll come back again with checking the diseases that affect poultry farm or chickens. Now guys, we have like 5 common diseases that affect poultry or chicken or birds. So as I promised you, we will check one by one. But guys, for today, we are going to specify on coccidiosis. Some people they call coccidia. So today, guys, we are going to check like 5 diseases that affect poultry farm. But for today, let us specify on coccidia or coccidiosis. We see what are the definition, we see symptoms, signs, how to prevent, how to able to treat the coccidiosis, because it is a deadly disease to the chickens. So for today, let's specify on the coccidia only, but later we are going to tackle about other diseases, but for today let us focus with coccidiosis for today. Guys, watch until the end. This is amazing. Then once you follow those all steps, you know what is coccidiosis, you know what are signs, symptoms, how you can treat, how you can avoid, you know, because all in all, coccidiosis is everywhere. What we need to do, it is how to prevent or how to prevent them from multiplying in a way they can affect your birds. So guys, watch until the end. My name is Anthony Charago. Kindly share this video, subscribe and hit that notification bell. If I upload new video, you'll be the first to watch my videos. Guys, I promise the best. I'll give you the best. So guys, watch. So guys, we start by knowing or definition of coccidiosis. This is what is a coccidiosis? Coccidiosis, it is a protozoa parasite that affect and damage the wall of chicken or bird. That is the definition of the coccidiosis. It is a protozoa parasite that affect and damage the walls, small intestinal walls of the bird. So that is the definition of coccidiosis or coccidiosis. Guys, remember we have more than 10 species of Emela in coccidiosis. We have more than 10 species that, but all they have one thing in common. They affect the walls of your birds. So they have that one thing in common. But for today, we are going to focus on 2 types. Those that affect the duodenum walls of the chicken, and those that affect small intestinal. They are, we have more than 10, but let's focus on those 2 because they are the most important. The rest, they are almost similar. They have only small difference, but they are almost similar. So let us focus with those that affect duodenum and those affect small intestinal in the chicken. So we are going to start with for the one we have that affect the duodenum walls of chicken. We have emela. We have emela acerebruna. That one affect the duodenum walls of the chick. We call it emela acerebruna. That one affect the duodenum wall of the chick. Now we have that one also. We have that one that affect the small intestinal walls of the chicken. That is called emela broneti. Emera browning. Those are the most common, but they are not that important, but it is good to know that those are the two common that affect the duodenum wall and also that affect the small intestinal walls. Also from there, guys, we have those things that we have to avoid. Remember, in this topic, we are dealing with symptoms, signs, and things that we consider so that we can able to avoid the coccidiosis. Now, because it is everywhere, you know, the thing that we are supposed to avoid so that we can able to have good environment for our chicks or our birds. So we have those things to avoid. Guys, listen, and we have to go step by step. Those things that we have to avoid: wetness or muddy place inside your chick room or your bird in your on your bird room. Once you have that muddy place, your chicks are dirty. They live in a dirty environment that is so muddy because sometimes they pour water. It is very muddy. Those bacteria, coccidiosis bacteria, they like that muddy and that environment. They multiply the most. So avoid wetness. Maintain that that dryness of the room. If it is wet, the bacteria will multiply very fast because we said those bacteria are everywhere. So we have to avoid them by making sure the environment is not wet where you kept your chicks. So that is very important. So the next one is avoid putting your feeds where your chicks can eat when they are inside the feeder. So what do I mean with that? Avoid that open feeders. I'll show you an example of the open feeder that where chick or chickens or bird they are eating from inside. They can able to penetrate inside your feeder and eat from there. Because the reason why we avoid that, and I will also show you the good feeders for the small, for the baby chicks. Those feeders that have holes, I will show you, and those open, I will also show you in this topic. Also, I will show you, guys. What we avoid is that when they eat, when they are inside the feeder, they will poop there inside in those feeds. Once they poop, they will feed that poop. That is one way to multiply the coccidiosis, because coccidiosis it get multiplied. It get multiplied from eating, from feeding their poop. Once they feed that poop, it have those bacteria, those eggs that they produce coccidiosis. Once they feed on that, automatically they get infected with coccidiosis. So avoid putting your feed in an open way that the chicks can able to feed from inside your feeders. So avoid that.
So guys, this is what we mean with the feeders that are open, that you feed your chick, you feed from inside. For example, you can see this chick, it is feeding from inside the that feeder. This one also, when you check clearly, you can see they have poop inside. Also, they will feed that poop. That is how we multiply coccidiosis. So avoid this one. This one is better. This we have hose here. This one is better. This is the best feeder you can get. The one that with
guys.
hose.
Again, avoid those avoid mixing your chicks with other frog. The reason why you don't mix your chicks with another frog, because they can infect each other. Once you mix them, probability the younger ones, they'll get infected. Automatically they'll get infected from those that are grown up. They are not of the same age. So if you put them, even if they are from same age, they are from different hatchery. So don't mix. Avoid mixing, because they can infect each other. So avoid mixing. That is very important also, guys, to know. Also, guys, as I usually say, maintain cleanliness. Maintain cleanliness. What do I mean with this? Make sure your feeders, your drinkers are clean. As we recommend cleanliness, avoid cleaning your equipment, those feeders and drinkers, with any kind of soap. Do not wash with soap. Wash with the plain water and clean water to avoid that, because always once you wash with those chemicals, those feeders, they have chlorine that if you are giving any vaccination or any kind of medication and your feeder or your drinkers or your feeders, you are putting that chemical to wash, they will not be effective because of chlorine in those chemicals. So avoid washing. Every time avoid washing with any chemical or any kind of soap with your drinkers and your feeders. So also that one is very important. As we recommend cleanliness, avoid washing with any detergents, so that you avoid once they get infected with any kind of disease. Once you are mixing the either vaccination or any kind of medication, it will not be effective because of that chlorine in those chemicals. So avoid. It is very important. Also, guys, we have those things that are mandatory, or those things that you are not supposed to do when either vaccinating or when you are giving any kind of medication. There are those things. Let's check them also, because they are very important. The first thing that you are not supposed to do not give any medication to the chicks or the birds that are under vaccination. Do not mix. Either you vaccinate or you give medication. You cannot mix them. If your chicks are under vaccination, do not give them any medication, and vice versa. If you are also giving medication, do not vaccinate. So you give one thing at a time. One thing at a time. So mostly do not do them together or the same time. You have to do them different time, in a separate way. You see, that is very important. Also, the next thing that you are supposed to avoid, do not vaccinate the birds that are affected by coccidiosis. Don't give them any vaccination. If they were under vaccination and you notice they are sick, they have coccidiosis, withdraw vaccination first. You deal with the medication. So, or any kind of medication that you are going to use, if your chicks or your bird are sick, if their immune is very low, it is also like a human being. You cannot take any vaccination, even if it is COVID vaccination, you cannot take that vaccination when your immune is low. For vaccination, remember vaccination, it is not medication. Vaccination are to prevent, not for the sick. It is only for prevention, and you have to have good health or good immune. Your immune are balanced when you are getting any vaccination. Also to the chicks or to the birds, the same case. If you see they have any sign of sickness, any kind of a disease, not only coccidiosis, any kind of disease, don't give them vaccination. Deal with the treatment, those medications. It is very important to note that, because if you give them any vaccination when they are very weak, they have fatigue, they are weak, they are sick, and then you ended up giving them the vaccination because it's time to vaccinate. That's why I don't recommend to vaccinate. For me, I don't vaccinate my chicks. I just, if they have the coccidiosis or any kind of disease, I deal with the medication for like 4 or 5 days. Then from there, they are good to go. But for those that vaccinate, vaccination is good. I don't have any issue with vaccination. Vaccination is good, but for me, I don't vaccinate because sometimes you don't know when your chicks are sick. Once you monitor your chicks, you know automatically. You will see the signs. So from there you go to medication, you go to lab test, you test they have this and this and this. Then you have medication for 4 to 5 days. Then from there they are good to go. So you have to check. You have to check your chicks every time. The other thing that you are supposed to avoid, guys, when you are vaccinating or when you are giving any kind of medication to your chicks, do not give any kind of vitamin. That time it is not the best time to give any vitamin, especially when you are dealing with coccidiosis. When you are giving medication for coccidiosis, those meds, you are not supposed to give any vitamin, especially vitamin B. Don't give them vitamin when you are giving them that medication of coccidiosis. It is very important, because what vitamin used to do, it multiplies those virus of coccidiosis because of that vitamin. So avoid it at that time that you are giving that medication or any kind of medication. First, withdraw any kind of vitamin so that you can able to deal with that either coccidiosis or any other kind of disease, so that you can able to concentrate with medication. Guys, that is very important. Guys, we have those signs and symptoms of coccidiosis. They are very simple to notice, because you will see they will have bloody poop or brown poop. Once you see brown poop or bloody poop, you automatically know they are already the walls of the small intestine are affected by coccidiosis. Automatically, you start your medication for coccidiosis immediately. Once you see the red poop or bloody poop or brown poop, from there deal with medication for coccidiosis immediately. Guys, let's check what happens when your chicks or your birds are affected with coccidiosis. The first thing to note, it threatens the profit of the farmer. Once they are sick, they start that low rate of growth, so they retain the profit, because in farming we look for profit. They will retain that profit because the rate of growth is very low, because they are affected by coccidiosis. That is the first thing to note. Coccidiosis, it makes the chicks of the bird become weak. Also, it lose weight. It lose weight, it become weak. You know, that also the things that happen to the chicks that are affected to coccidiosis disease. So they lose weight. Also, guys, you can lose a lot of chicks once they are affected with coccidiosis. So also you can lose a lot of chicks once they are affected with coccidiosis. Another thing, guys, to note here, make your chicks to have so stressed and so depressed because of that disease. They look so depressed every time. They need to be quiet, to just sit. They don't like anything, so they are so depressed. They also, your chicks, they do not eat because already the walls of small intestinal walls are damaged, so they don't eat. They don't have appetite to eat because already the system is affected. They don't have that they don't eat because their walls are damaged, so they don't have appetite to eat. So they ended up losing a lot of weight. They look so fatigued. So those are the things that affect, that happen when your chicks or your birds are affected with coccidiosis. Now, guys, we can check the treatment of the coccidiosis, how we treat the coccidiosis, because we have so many types of treatment, but we are going to specify on like 2 or 3 type of treatment. So, guys, this kind of treatment, once you realize or once you notice your chicks are affected with coccidiosis, what are the first thing to do? Once you notice they are affected, the first thing you're supposed to do, you have to is withdraw all kind of vaccination. If they were under vaccination and you notice they are sick, withdraw all kind of vaccinations first, because you want to deal with treatment. Withdraw all kind of vaccination. It is very important. The next thing you are supposed to do, also withdraw all kind of vitamins. At that level, if they are sick, they are not important. Vitamins, because they multiply the rate of that coccidiosis. So withdraw all kind of vitamins so that you can start with medication from there. So also the next treatment, look for those effective, those that are effective from your vet. No, for me, I deal with Miramed.
That is the Miramed that I use for
Miramed
now.
for now, it is the one that I'm using. If we have if we have to treat coccidiosis, Miramed is the best for now. And then we have, let's say about 2 that are effective for now. We have Miramed, and also we have tetracovrit. Tetracovrit also is effective to coccidiosis, but once you notice your chicks are affected with coccidiosis, do not stick on one kind of medication or one drug for treatment. This is very important to note. If I say Miramed is the best for now and tetracovrit, do not stick on one. Keep on trying, because we said Emera, we have those that affect duodenum, and those affect small small intestinal. So, and remember, we have like more than 10 species. So if you deal with one medication, it will be, maybe it will be less effective, but once you try different type of medication or different kinds of drugs, you ended up to have the best, you know, because also this one, it is start from the mother to egg, so it is a chain. So coccidiosis, it can start from the egg, from the mother to the egg to the now chick. So all that chain, it can have a coccidiosis, because coccidiosis and kind of the some treatments, they are from the egg, from the mother, from to the egg to the chick. So here it is very important to note, once you start your medication, that do not stick on one medication. Try to check if, for example, if you give like two days, not, you cannot see any kind of difference, you can change the medication, because we said we have like more than 10 species of Imela. So once you deal with one medication, you can end up losing your chicks, and that disease, maybe it will end up in weakening your chicks or your birds. So as fast as you notice they have that coccidiosis, start having that medication immediately. And of course, you have to withdraw those vitamins and those kind of vaccine, so that you can able to deal with medication. Guys, do not mix both medication and also vaccination. It is not good for that, so you have to deal with one at a time. So that one, it is also, so guys, important. That is how we deal with coccidiosis. We have seen signs, symptoms, and also how we treat. We have checked all the sides of the coccidiosis. Now from here, guys, we say we are going to check like 4 to 5 diseases. From here we are going to check Marek disease or Newcastle disease. Also now that one, it is very important to check. It is very important because it also have the signs, symptoms, and treatment. We are going to check everything. So guys, subscribe my channel, make sure you share my videos, and also guys, leave your comment, leave your question. I'll tackle them one by one. Also guys, I promise I'll give the best. That is how we check coccidiosis, how we check the symptom and everything. Guys, if you have question, kindly in a comment section leave your question. I'll try to tackle your questions. I'll try to my best to answer all the questions. Then guys, once you follow this channel, you get the best. You don't need anything else. You can we have previous videos, how to prepare the brooder, how to make your first day, how to build a house, how to start a business. We have so many videos. Check them all, subscribe, so that also you can follow those videos. They are very important. Guys, I promise from here we are going to check the next disease that also affects the chicken or your bird or poultry farm. I usually say in farming, once we have information, farming is the best. Farming, you don't have any limit. I usually say sky is the limit in farming. When you put effort, when you have information, when you have that knowledge, when you have that know-how, or you have somewhere you can get that education, farming is the best. So guys, this is a channel where we get all information. My name is Anthony Charagu. Guys, this is the channel that we get all the information regarding with farming, regarding with business, regarding with poultry farm. We are going to deal with every kind of farming. Then you gain a lot of knowledge. So guys, every time take a pen and paper, write the points, write the those things that you may need. when we are starting business. Once you know how to tackle the diseases, because this part of diseases, it is very important to tackle this and to tackle very slowly so that you can note somewhere. It will help you when you start your farming, poultry farming. Once you know we have kind of these diseases, we have like this like today we check uh, uh, that this disease we call coccidiosis. We have checked the symptoms and everything. Next we are going to check Newcastle and Malek disease. Also we check signs, symptoms, and then we check like 5 diseases. This section of diseases, how you prevent, how you check, how you do, how you follow, how you notice your chicks have this kind of disease, it is very important. Guys, follow my channel. Once you follow this, you will start your poultry farm with this knowledge, and it have a lot of profit. And once you start your farming with knowledge, nothing can stop you, because you have knowledge, you have channel to gather information. So guys, also I'll promise to give the best, so that if you tune my channel, you get all the information that you may require. That's why I say in my comment section, ask your question, leave your comment, so that I can able to notice this is the question that you need us to tackle. You tackle and you check one by one. So guys, all the best. Make sure you follow my channel. All the best, guys. Do your best, do your part, all the best, and also I'll do my best. Guys, we prosper together. Let share to your friends, so that also they can get this knowledge. We prosper together. Once we prosper together, that is my happiness. Once you get something, at least you write some point, that is my happiness. Guys, until the next video, bye.
Hello guys, bye. I salute you guys, bye. Subscribe.